So, hello guys, this is Mandaro and welcome back to another account and another video. And as you can see, we already hit our daily loss limit for this account. And what are the mistakes that I have performed during trading this account? And you can see we lost this account by drawing a loss of $1,600, a little more than $1,600, and the whole trading mistakes. And before jumping into the trades, let me show you the analytics. As you can see, it hasn't been even 3 days of trading and we lost this account. So basically, I to be honest, I purposefully did this and failed this account to show you how not to trade. So this trading mistakes I have been performing since many this mistakes I have performed many times. And the same mistakes I have recorded in this 6 videos. As you can see, this is one of the video. This and this. So I will be explaining you the different types of trades and how I failed this account, and what was going through on my mind in during those trades, and why I took those trades, and what were the mistakes in those trades. So basically, I will be explaining you all the trades, all the losing trades. And I have been explaining you mostly about mostly of my mostly something related to my winning trades. But today I will be explaining you what I think, what is my mental state during losing trades. So basically, this is one of the losing trade that I took in USDGPY, as you can see. So basically, this was a counter trend trade, and most of the according to my strategy, counter trend, the probability of winning in a counter trend trade is very low according to my strategy. So basically, I mostly take uh, trends which are trend friendly. So I mostly take trades which are trend friendly. So this is one of the counter trend trade, which has a very low probability of working out. But the whole actually why I took this trade is you know the I too I in that moment while taking the trade, I was very impulsive that I have to take a trade, I have to take a trade, due to which I took a trade. And there is a rejection. As you can see, we have this hammer type candle over here, which shows that there is a rejection from the selling side. And there is a sort of a breakout. And if we jump into higher time frame, but this is a 30-minute time frame in USD. But if we jump into a higher time frame like 2 hours or 4 hours, not 4 hours, but in 2 hour time frame or a 1 hour time frame, you will be getting to see a bullish engulfing structure. And you know even those patterns are kind of useless. I To be honest, I agree upon that. But the thing is, most of the time they can be used most of the times they can be used as confirmations, as a secondary confirmations, not primary confirmations. But first, the most important part of your strategy should be the trend. You have to trade according to the trend. Even though my trade is in the positive, a floating PNL is in positive, but still, then let me speed up the video for you so that not much of your time is wasted. And here I set my take profit, and you can see we started going into drawdown. We started going into drawdown, and we are so forming a sort of a small consolidation range over here. So basically, price is not sure what to do. Uh, like the price is not sure if it has to go up or down. So as you can see, I just closed my position because even the markets are not sure. And why to fight against the trend? And why to trade when there is no volume? It's, the main reason that I closed my position over here very very early, that market, the price itself, it's not sure whether it has to go down or up. And also there is not much of a volume, even though the trend is very strong. There is a bearish trend. And also, one of the key mistakes is I took a counter trend trade. So I was fighting against the trend and I was betting against the trend, you know which is not, to be honest, there are less probabilities for that trade to work out. Let's jump into the second video. As you can see in this second video, basically, I'm just analyzing stuff. I'm just analyzing my watch list. And here, as you can see, I took a trade in silver. So the basically the main reason for taking this is, you know there is support on the left hand side. And if you can see the opened candle, the previous candle of the open candle broke and closed below that support. But the thing is, one of the most underrated things I will be mentioning here is that, there is a very very fat spread. So let me explain you what spread is. As you can see, there is when the price is moving, along the price there is a red line and also a green line moving with itself. So the gap between the red line and the green line, the gap is also moving, as you can see. So the gap is known as spread. And the spread is basically the price which the broker, it's the you can consider it as a commission. So basically, I will be explaining it to you in a whole new video, because it needs some more detailed explanation. But for now, you can take it this way, that when the spreads are huge, when the gap between the red line and the green line is huge, you shouldn't be trading that instrument at that time, because you hit your stop loss very early. Like, if the market goes against you, like if the market even favor, because when you might have noticed that, like, whenever you open your positions, you as soon as you open your positions, it opens with a loss. If you have ever noticed your floating PNL while opening your positions. So basically, the size of the floating PNL, the size of the drawdown while just after while opening your position, depends upon this gap, like depends upon this spread, how big the spread is. So you shouldn't be trading while the spreads are huge. So according to my strategy, okay, like the trend is not confirmed yet, but still then I executed a trade. We saw a setup, but the thing is the spreads were huge. And that you know conditions doesn't match when the conditions are not good when the spreads are high, because the market, the price will go against you for some time. And while it goes against you, and at those time, if the spreads are big, then there are high chances that the stop loss gets hit, like very 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 easily. So the whole explanation of this trade was, there is a support on the left hand side. The previous candle of the opened candle closed below the support, the broke and closed below the support. And yeah, and the opened candle also broke the low of the previous bearish candle, previous red candle. So that's the only thing. But the mistake I performed is, if you jump into a higher time frame, for example a 4 hour time frame, you will be noticing that this whole, as you can see on the left hand side, the structure, only this is a consolidation range. The range might be big, but still then within this range the price is not confirmed yet to continue. The price itself, it's confused that to continue on which side of the market, whether the bullish side or the bearish side. But the overall trend is bearish. From here the overall trend is bullish, but from this point the trend has reversed. But still then it's a 30-minute time frame, so smaller time frames, you know it's in the end it's a smaller time frame, and the smaller time frame doesn't defines much. So let me speed up the video for you so that not much of your time is wasted. And you can see we again added a zero point 0.1 lot because the price was favoring me, so why not. And when it started going into drawdown, I immediately closed my positions because you know I wasn't sure. Even though if we have you can see the spread over here. These two lines, the bid and the ask price. Basically, these two are the bid and ask price lines. So the gap between those two lines is what's known as spread, and the spread is very huge. So I wasn't comfortable in this trading condition. I wasn't comfortable in this condition to trade, and even though we have a very nice setup, but still then in a 15-minute time frame, as you can see, you can consider this as support. But still then in a 15-minute time frame, if we zoom out, then there is not a breakout and close below the support, but there is still a clean range over here on the 15-minute time frame. But the opened candle started rejecting, so I closed all of my positions in silver. So this is a short explanation for this video. And in the next trade, as you can see, the next trade, basically this video is not about trade. This video, I think it's all about how the price moved after I closed my positions. So as you can see, the price moved against, but still then I opened another chart. I kept on analyzing for next trade, and this is one of my key mistakes I would like to define. After losing a trade, I just don't stop. I just immediately start looking for another trade. So that's the most devastating habit a trader can have. This should be, this habit, one of the habits of the retail traders that should be, I would say this is one of the most devastating habits, and it should be worked upon. And it can be improved by controlling your impulses. So this video, I think it's all about analyzing how I analyzed all the different types of instruments that are available in my watch list. So my next trade, I think I'm planning in Euro USD because we are getting a breakout over this consolidation structure over here. But still then I'm not sure because it can, if so I skipped this trade. Because in Euro USD, why I didn't take this trade, because it's still a counter trend trade. If I would have taken this trade, this would have been a counter trend trade. So yeah, this is the silver chart. As you can see, after closing my positions, how market moved, and also the spread got huge. The spread just kept on increasing. This was and this video was only for analyzing. And in this video also, as you can see, the rest of the silvers move after. And here again, this is one of my biggest mistakes that I have performed while trading this account is, you know on the the last trade was on the sell side of this, on the sell side, and in the same instrument, when the price started moving against my direction, I closed the position. And you know like, if you have seen the previous video, in this video, the trade was on the sell side of silver. But now, when the price started moving against my bet, I executed a buy side trade, which is one of the huge mistakes. And it was a complete impulsive trade. And even though the spreads are very, very fat, but still, then I was very, very impulsive. And also, I took a zero point 0.4 lot trade, which is, extremely devastating for my account. This is one of the key this is one of the trades that I shouldn't have taken, because in this trade there are high probabilities of losing, because you can see, like, this trade is a key example that why you shouldn't trade while the spreads are fat, while the spreads are big. So this is one of the example. As you can see, let me speed up the video. And yeah, the stop loss gets hits the stop loss gets hit when this green price line, there are two price lines, one is the red one and one is the green one. And once the green one hits my stop loss, as you can see, this gray dotted line is my stop loss. And once the green price line hits the gray dotted line, means your stop loss is hit. So basically, the actual price is something else, and the green price line, which we can call it as, you know ask price line, basically. I will be, don't worry, I will be explaining you what spreads actually are in a complete detailed video. So when it gets hit, the green price line, when it gets hit to my stop loss, I will be getting stopped out. That's why you shouldn't trade while spreads are this big. It's a very, very big spread. Usually, you don't get this size of spreads, but you should, you always should avoid this type of charts when the spreads are high. And in this video alone, I have mentioned this same point so many times till now, till the starting of the video, that you shouldn't trade while the spreads are this big. As you can see, I think we got stopped out, or what? No. Let's jump into the next video. And in the next video, as you can see, the floating PNL has reached almost $630, and it was a very, very big mistake that I took this trade. And this price started moving against, you know when the price itself, it isn't sure, when the volume is not much in the markets, then you shouldn't trade. And this trade was the live example. Like, I took a sell side in silver. Then after losing that trade, when the price started moving against my prediction, against my analysis, I you know got involved with the market, like where the market is going. But the thing is, if there would have been volume, if there would have been a very, very good volume, then the market would have drived into that particular direction. But still, then the market itself isn't it less sure. The market itself isn't sure that where to go. So why to trade? That's the whole point. So this trade was biggest. This trade was a very big mistake. And in the last video, in the last trade, I would say this was a USD JPY trade, and it was a good trade. It was a very very good trade, and the setup was also very very good. But the thing is, I lost very much. Most like I till now for like the due to the past losses, due to the past trades, I lost my mental state. I lost my patience for this trade, and I took, I over position sized in this trade. You know I also performed very very uh, noted mistakes in this trade also, even though the setup was very very good. And you can see we are just reversing this. We are getting a reversal confirmation for this trade. And there is a support on the left hand side, as you can see, and we got a break and close below the support, and also there is a clean range. So basically the setup is very very simple. And but the thing is, we over position sized. We took almost, um, 9 lots in USGPY. So let's see what happens. As you can see, I didn't book my profit when it was, when the floating PNL was positive, and it went against, and it went drawdown. As you can see, it went into drawdown, and it went minus 700 in minus $700 in drawdown. And I didn't even, I didn't even close my positions manually. It's like it closed automatically because I breached my account. And that's the thing. And this is where I failed my account. Yes. The positions just closed automatically, and the buy and sell button turned into gray, which means you cannot trade anymore because you have breached your account. So this was the complete explanation that, you know why you shouldn't trade while the spreads are very big. And even though you have lost in two trades, then you should stop. You shouldn't be trading, more. You should stop for that day. You come on the next day, and you can trade again. And there is always, if you see, if you are trading funded accounts or prop firm accounts, then there is a thing which is the most important thing, which is known as the daily loss limit. And I don't know why this funded account website is not loading. This is one of the very irritating things. I have breached many accounts. There are almost 10 plus pages, and I have also passed many accounts. So even though after breaching so many accounts, I still keep on breaching them. Even if I like passing so many accounts, I still on breaching more accounts. And also, this is a game of probability, so you cannot say anything. So this was the account. There is a thing called daily loss limit, and it always resets after 24 hours. Even though if you have two failed trades, still then, if you come on the next day, you will be trading. You will be getting 1,250. If you have a $25,000 account, you will be getting, again, on the next day you will be getting $1,250 of losing room. But if you keep on trading on the same day, then there are high probabilities that you will be hitting your daily loss limit criteria, and you will be failing that account. So it's better to stop and to wait for the next day rather than failing your account on the same day itself. So that's the only thing. And hope you liked it, hope you enjoyed it, and hope you have learned something from this video. And yeah, the most important thing, one of the most important thing we learned today from this video is, you should never trade when while the spreads are high. That's it for the video. Hope you liked it, hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, Anshuman Rao signing off. Peace out.